Are you thinking about giving up on your spouse? That's the topic of today's video. And if you need help with your marriage, download our free marriage repair handbook at hopeformymarriage.com. There comes points in time, especially the longer couples been married, where they may go through seasons of really wanting to give up on their spouse and just start fresh or get a clean break. It seems like the troubles and the challenges of the marriage are becoming insurmountable, and there comes a point where you just want the pain and the frustration to stop. So I want to walk you through how do you navigate through that, and how do you bring your marriage safely through to the other side. My wife and I just celebrated our 33rd wedding anniversary last week. And admittedly, over the last 33 years, there have been times where we were just at such an impasse, it would have been very easy to give up on one another. Early in our marriage, there were frustrations that I was causing, and even we had family and friends asking her if it was time just to call it quits. And there have been times along the way where my level of frustration reached the point that that seemed like a very tempting idea. However, there's a couple of things that really make a marriage solid through all storms. Number one, my wife and I agreed we were making a lifelong commitment to each other. And we take that so seriously that we are not willing to budge on that decision. So, divorce for us is just not an option. We leave ourselves only one option, and that is to work our way through whatever challenges we face. Now, granted, there are times in a marriage where, whether it's domestic violence, infidelity, there may be some other issues where that may be the only option. But in our case, those aren't issues within our marriage, and so more of what we're having to deal with from time to time is those interpersonal things. Life has changed, we've changed, we're not communicating well, unmet expectations, unmet needs, the things most couples are going to go through at some point. So when we took divorce off the table, when we took quitting off the table, number one, that just gives us the motivation and the drive to work our way through it. But I want to bring this down to a bigger picture, the spiritual standpoint. Because as a Christian in marriage, I realize that my marriage represents the love that Jesus has for his church. That what the Bible teaches us is, as the bridegroom, he lays down his life for the bride, and then he can't wait to be reunited with her. So what I begin to really ponder, and my wife has done as well, is God does not give up on me. And I fail all the time. I don't meet his expectations on a regular basis. I do things that can only frustrate him, I'm sure. And yet, in his grace and his mercy and his unwavering love for me, he gently walks with me and navigates me through those things. And really, that's the template, that's the idea for marriage. I don't want to give up on my spouse. Jesus didn't give up on me. What I want to do is believe in her more and then walk her through the challenges that she's facing. I want to show more grace and more mercy and more patience and more love as we go. Excuse me, my crooked glasses. And help her navigate through those things so that there's not this rub going on. And ultimately, it comes down to this. I've invested 33 years of my life into this relationship. So, how foolish would it be to have spent decades upon decades investing in that just to get irritated during a season and decide to throw that all away? This marriage is my life's work. It is the thing that I have put more time, energy, effort, resources, etc. into, and the same for her. Here in the last year, I had marriage counseling with two men in their 70s who The temporary rubs were to the point that they were ready to just say, you know what, I'm done with it. I'm done with my wife. I'm ready to give up on her. And I had that same conversation with them. I said, whoa, 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 wait. You know, you've been married 45 and 46 years respectively. That's more than half your lifetime. You're in your 70s. You sure you want to start over again at this point? Or would it be better to step back, ask God to give you a new grace and a new love for your wife, become her biggest cheerleader, and begin to finish the race you started together, cross the finish line together? So that's the thought that I want to leave for you today. Hope you find that helpful, and I'll talk to you again soon.